I forgot you were over there. It's your buddy Mr. Maynard here, and usually I don't do these a lot, but I figured why not? Give it a shot. Give it something new here, and let's do a review. So I'm going to be straightforward with you and honest, but this is the first time doing it, so bear with me, and I'll do my best here. So first things first, as I'm not endorsed by anyone on this. This was given to me. This was given to Reggie Williams, Radical Reggie, from John Lister, Gamester81. And so with Gamester81 giving this to him, he didn't need it, he gave it to me. So figured since I got this, why not do a review on it? So here we are. It's been about a week since I've had this device, and so far, not bad. And that device, just to show you, is the EvoRetro Switch Pro controller. This is a new device that isn't available yet in the market, but I think as of now, just looking here on Amazon, it actually is available. So when I got this, it wasn't even featured anywhere. But what this is basically a Pro controller that is for your Nintendo Switch. And it's a third-party controller. However, I still feel, I was a little cautious about this, but I've been needing a Pro controller for quite a while, especially playing Mega Man 11 recently. So, what does it all get you? I would say a decent quality controller, I would say. Mainly the interesting aspects about this controller so far is that the outlay of it is very unique. It is based upon the PS4 design, so as we see here, I've actually got the controller right here. It's quite nice, kind of like the red color on it. It's kind of like a metallic dark red or crimson, but the outline design is basically a PS4, which I would prefer. I don't mind 360 controllers or Xbox One controllers, or heck, even the first party controller that Nintendo supplies. However, the ergonomical feel of this is right. From my point. So I've been used to a PS4 controller for quite a while, and since having that, basically what I have here is something I'm pretty much comfortable with. The thumbsticks are quite right. They have a nice click. Buttons feel actually really nice. D-pad is pretty decent, but we'll come back to that D-pad in a minute because there's some little interesting facts about this little thing. Wireless connectivity is pretty much straightforward. You follow the instructions, boom, it's wired. It's put in the system, no problem. But I think what's really interesting is, since this is third party, there is a turbo function on here too. So you would hold the turbo button and push what buttons you need. However, as you notice here, that we have the R1, L1, and then we have an L2, R2 right here. But the L2, R2 are more of an analog feel, which I don't think Pro controllers have analogs. That's what I think, but again, I haven't really messed with Pro controllers as much. So overall, what you get in the box is you do get the controller, you also get some certain D-pads, and you also get a USB-C, quite surprisingly. This is powered by USB-C, and life expectancy on this battery is quite nice. So far, I've only had to charge it once and had at least, over this whole week of testing, about probably 15-20 hours of playthrough before I needed to charge it. I was very impressed with the battery life. So the paces that I put this through, what I would suggest, this is a very good casual controller, or a decent, I would say hardcore. I put its paces through Mega Man 11 and also Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition, and also Cave Story Plus, and was pretty impressed with it. As you see here that I'm playing Mega Man 11, the gameplay has gotten much better. I feel that with this controller, it's a lot proper. The feeling of the D-pad and the analog stick does help quite a bit, comparing to the original controller that's available with the Switch, with the two Joy-Cons. I'm a guy who has to have his D-pad. That's the main thing. You gotta have its D-pad. Now, with the D-pad, as I was stating, as you see here watching Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Edition, playing Street Fighter 2, and also some clips here of Street Fighter 3rd Strike, D-pad isn't perfect. It helps, but it isn't perfect. As you see, I'm having a little bit of some trouble playing as Ryu or Ken doing a Hadouken or a Shoryuken. However, it does give you an advantage for having over the Joy-Cons here. Oh boy, I struggled there for a second. But back over to Cave Story here, as you see with this footage. Played normal, played fine, played like I was playing it on PC with my wired controller that I have, which I use just a standard microcontroller, 360 controller, third party, and I really didn't have any issues at all. So overall, with its features, I think the really cool thing is just to show you, if you look inside of the box, you will actually see a very unique little 3 pieces that are available. And as you see here in the photo, you'll see actually 2 other joypads are with this, or 2 different little D-pads are available. Those D-pads actually can be interchanged with one another, and they give you a different feeling of a different type of D-pad. One is more like a Genesis type, where it's like a full plus D-pad, and there's another one, if you see the other one here, is like a 360 Pro Controller D-pad, which it helped me a little bit more on Street Fighter, but I wouldn't think that actually would do any more improvement. But to each in their own. If you need a different type of D-pad, if you need a modernized D-pad, it's a pretty good alternative to have. So overall, what I would say with this controller, if you're looking for just a decent casual controller to play with your Switch, I'd go for it. I mean, battery life's great, everything else feels right. Even if you've been used to a PS4 controller, I would go for it. And especially for the price point. Very, very surprised with the price point. And as of right now on Amazon, you will see here that it's going for $29.99. So pretty impressive for a nice controller. And if I was to choose spending the $30 or going $70 for an actual first party controller, if I was kind of pinching pennies a little bit, I would go with the EvoRetro. I wouldn't have a problem choosing the EvoRetro over the actual first party Switch Pro controller. But if you're really, really, really into hardcore and you need a very good dedicated controller, go straight to the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. It'll just save you the trouble. But if you just need something to sit down and relax and play Switch games for fun, that you don't want to use the Joy-Cons, this is a great alternative to have. So overall, yeah, I would approve it. I would approve this controller, and for that, I thank Radical Reggie and Gamester81, John Lister as well. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for passing this along to me. Other than that, hopefully this will give you a little more insight if you're actually checking out controllers like this. I do hope that down the road EvoRetro will do a little more improvement with the D-pad. Instead of feeling a little more squishy, it needs to be more on point. How should I say? I wouldn't say as not clicky sticks are very hard to make difficulty, but something a little more precision wise, but they're almost there. So EvoRetro, if you're watching this, you're almost there. You are almost there on getting that D-pad right, but everything else spot on. But yeah, I'll leave the links in the description down below, in the description, and I'll let you guys check it out. So hopefully this will give you some insight if you need a good third-party controller. So other than that, I think I'm gonna sit here and probably get back to my Switch gaming here in a little bit and continue using this. So again, Gamester81, Radical Reggie, thank you so much, and EvoRetro, good luck to you. You did very good on this controller. Just a little more improvement on the D-pad and you'll get it right. So other than that, if you need anything else, hopefully this first review was actually good enough for you all. I guess back to work I go. So everyone, have a great day, have a great evening, stay fresh, stay clean. I'll catch you later.